Hi, my name is Emerald and I do a lot of stuff. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm trying on all of the handmade objects in my wardrobe. Stop it! Stop it! Get the plan away. I've been really inspired this past month by everybody's Me Made May posts where they make new clothes by hand or show off outfits with ones that they already have. So that's what I'll be doing today. Can I just take you a trip down memory lane with some of these? And hopefully this little guy will be good. And that one too. I haven't made too many clothes lately, but that might change in this video. Alright? Well, let's get started. Knitting is my core craft, so let's start out with a couple of sweaters here. This is a sweater based on the character Garnet from Steven Universe, one of my absolute favorites, and it is fully designed by me. I charted the whole color pattern. I came up with all of, the design and the stitch counts and everything. I'm pretty proud of it. It's quite small, so I don't wear it too often, but I love this character still, and I love all the bright colors. I also used a seed stitch here, which I can't believe I did, but I had a lot of time that summer I made this. Now this one is another kind of nerdy sweater, although I would say more subtly so. Star likes this one a lot because it's made out of wool, which he was drawn to right away. The yoke pattern you see there has a bunch of different symbols from different elements of Hamilton the musical. Yeah, I was deeply in that phase, and I charted everything myself. Again, I was really interested in those kind of complicated patterns at that time. I don't really make stuff like that anymore, but that's okay. This is another strange project that's really fun to look back on. It's a suit coat made out of neckties, and it was an item for a scavenger hunt that I did in college. It's a really big tradition at my alma mater, and I whipped this one up for my team. It barely fits across my shoulders, and it is absolutely every tie I could get my hands on at the time. It's also really hard to get off. Oof. But this is just such a memory piece for me. It's from my early sewing days, and it's really fun to look back on. In terms of sewing, I've come a long way recently, and this corset project here is one of my most recent makes. I created this out of thrifted materials for my Renaissance Fair costume this year. I really wanted to try a boned type of garment. This is actually the back. I just wanted to show you that maybe you could style it that way, but I'm flipping it around so that the under bust structure of the front is where it's supposed to be. And I thought those straps were fun. They're mostly just for, kind of a little extra detail. My dream is for my costume handmade pieces to work with everyday wear. I don't think I quite nailed it with this t-shirt moment here, but it kind of works. And this is just a random full-length skirt I made with some extra bed sheets. It has some issues right here where the hook and eye just don't really stay in the cotton very well, and they slip around a lot, but I do wear this fairly often. Right here, you guessed it, my mushroom hat. Not a very practical me-made item, but an important part of my Renaissance Fair look. Here's another knitted sweater. This was pretty detailed for the kind of stuff I was making at the time. It's a bobble knit cardigan. I wear it all the time. It's quite comfortable, and I'm proud of how it looks. That was a lot of baubles. While I show a few different knits from over the years, I just wanted to say one of the most magical things for me about crafting is learning how things work, learning about the history of different techniques and garments. It has an almost magic to me, and that's why right now in my writing life I'm working on a project with a kind of magic system that is quite tied to crafting and tradition, sort of inherited magics of a very material nature. That's what knitting has always felt like to me. I learned crochet actually first from my mom, and then I picked up just random craft books from the library, from garage sales, and that's how I learned along the way. Now, this is just one of the simplest projects and one of my favorites. The best scrunchie ever in this yellow plaid. It is so perfect. And good thing I had it too, because my hair was getting a little wild while I was filming this. I would now like to welcome you to the accessory corner. Here are some socks I wear all the time. They're the best. They are some hand-dyed wool. These are some that I made for my fiance. Unfortunately, this one has a hole in the toe, and I still haven't fixed it because I don't actually know how to darn yet. I've watched a lot of videos and I don't think it would be too challenging, so I should really fix that hole up before winter comes around. I meant to make myself a matching pair, or at least sort of like a coordinating pair of these socks, and I was worried I was going to run out of yarn. And here are some more unfinished things. This was going to be a scarf. Again, worried I was going to run out of yarn, but that's beautiful. This is finished, but it turned out quite small, so I never wove in the ends, but it's a pretty color. And this sock, the pattern just got kind of hard and I think I fizzled out on it, but it has a really beautiful cabling stitch on there, so maybe I'll return to that someday. After that interlude, let's look at my biggest cosplay project. This is She-Ra from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I love this outfit. It was quite difficult to find a white fabric that was high coverage, but I used scuba. It's covering all the important bits, but it is super, super warm. However, I think this turned out pretty professional, especially considering that vinyl decal on the front. And of course, the cape just gives it that flair, that magic. I just pin it onto my shoulders when I wear it. Hopefully in the coming months and years, I'll be able to wear this again. It still fits pretty nicely, although I might make some tweaks. And the creator of the show, N.D. Stevenson, actually saw me in this cosplay, and we took a picture together, and I astral projected. Here it is with the wig just quickly thrown on. The wig, I would like to learn how to style that a little bit better. Now this here, I do know how to style. This is one of my most recent projects. It's a cat tote bag with this fantastic fabric my friend gave me. I adore this and I use it all the time. Get ready for some exceptionally so-so audio because I must run a fan right now. It is quite warm. Anyway, I realized that I didn't show you this. This is my pride, my joy, my first bucket hat, and today I will be making my second one to go with that cat tote I showed you earlier. I have hastily transferred the pattern onto loose leaf paper by tracing it from the PDF on my computer because my printer is broken and I'm gonna buy one and I'm gonna get my little office suite set up finally because I'm making business moves. More about that later, but it's just bucket hat day today. This is one of those like chasing joy kind of projects. that I like to do for myself sometimes. Okay, here we go. Piece, and I still have a lot of orange fabric here, so I don't know, I'll have to come up with something to make out of it. We'll see, we'll see. This is why the crafting hobby just keeps spiraling. You always have a little bit left over and you're like, what am I gonna do with it? I gotta figure that out. And so it continues. So based on the measurements I read on the pattern, I decided to cut out the large size of this bucket hat, but can't really turn back now. So here we go. I have more of this orange fabric and I can change the cat pieces, so I'm gonna cut it out again. Yeah. This is definitely one of those low points mid-project. But it's gonna be worth it. Ready, ready, ready. Just orange. Hell yeah. Like a sneak peek of cats on the inside. It's still gigantic. It's much bigger than the other bucket hat I made, but it's also much better because I tried harder and I took my time. I'm trying to decide if there's any lessons learned from this little me-made tour. Oops, there's still some threads on this. I'll snip that. The lessons learned are that I love trying out a very wide range of things, and they all inevitably have some like little snags in the road, or you know, they don't quite turn out good the first time. I think if you really want to master something, even if it's just a pattern, not like an entire craft, but quite literally a pattern, like you gotta do it a couple times. And I'm more and more willing to do that these days, but I'm also less and less disappointed when things go like completely rogue. Like, I know it's just part of the process now and things can get kind of wonky. I love making stuff, and if you love making stuff or hanging out in kind of like a crafty, chill space here on the youtube.com, go ahead and go down below this video and hit that subscribe button. I post. What's my schedule? No one may know. You can also comment down below and give this video a like. It really helps out my channel, so maybe I can start making things more regularly and people might be able to know my schedule should that occur. I love and appreciate all of you, and I hope that you can go make something you love too. All right, that's all for today. Thank you so much, and until next time, this is Emrose. Okay, bye. Oh wait, you can follow me at Emrose. I'm on TikTok a lot lately.